Hello, everyone. I hope all of you are doing well. It's been weeks since I've done a video, and partly it's because of my traveling and because I've been busy. So that's why I couldn't get some things out to you. But nevertheless, there were sufficient indications in our trading group that right now, we just need to stay put. In other words, we just need to hold cash as much as possible and just hold on. And for right now, especially for the swing trading, just to hold on. But what I do want to show you is what is happening with my trades. And this might be, maybe I'm hoping that it will be helpful to you, but I hope it will not be depressing for you. Okay. All right. Because what I mean by that is that, you see, as of last November, I've shared this many times, things started going negative for me. And the reason for that was because I could not get out in time. All right. Otherwise, I would have taken a small loss. I would have gotten out and I would just stuck with the cash. And so that loss, I would just bear that loss and that would have been okay. But what happened is I had sent out the power of attorney for Zerodha so that I do not have to do the authorization every time I'm selling. And but that did not go through. Apparently, they never got it. And so I was traveling in November. And so I was in the US, and during the daytime here, it's nighttime there, and I couldn't really pay attention to what was going on. And next thing I know, I open up my computer and everything is down, like 10, 15, 20%, 30% down, like that is just going down, down, down. Okay. So it was like there was nothing I could do at that point. All right. So so now that that has been solved, and so now whenever I set a stop loss or GTT, it will automatically work without me having to do the daily authorizations. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to talk to you about what I'm doing right now, and hopefully will give you an idea of what to look forward to. Okay, so first I'm looking at Nifty. And as I look at Nifty, here is the all-time high. And these are some lines that I drew, but none of that ever really made any sense. But you can see the moving averages, the 20 and the 60 for the entire market. So we're still on a downtrend. You see that right there, okay? Just by the moving average crossover, that's one indication that it is a downtrend. The second indication that it is a downtrend is that all the highs are lower, lower highs, lower highs, lower highs. You see that? And the lows are lower, lower. So lower low, lower low, lower low, and each low is lower, lower, and lower, lower. So, these are a couple of ways that we know that it is a downtrend. And of course, the other way that I know is that I'm losing money. All right. Okay. Or I'm not making much of a profit. Okay. Now, you did see the last 3 days, there was green candles on all 3 days. And Savada had asked the question, is the market on an uptrend? Well, we cannot say that yet because we've had previous times where there were like 2 or 3, green candles, but that didn't mean that it was positive yet. Okay, so I would just wait until I see higher highs, more higher highs. So right now we have 2 higher highs. That's all. This day and the last 2 days. That was all of higher highs. So that's not enough to show that it is a trend yet. So we need to keep seeing that. Like next week. If it's higher again and higher, then we would say, okay, now it looks like it's an uptrend, but we don't know yet. But let's wait for the moving averages to switch as well, because you see this, you had an uptrend for a short time, and then it went down again. So the uptrend that we want will need to break through. See, right now, here's a Here's a resistance at 16,757. There's a resistance. And once you break through that, there's another resistance here at 17,609. Okay. And then once you break through that, you get to the all-time high for the Nifty. And that also becomes another very difficult one to break through. So during this time, we can grab whatever profits we can make as well. Okay. So here are some things that I'm doing right now. Okay. I'll start with the two that are making money, and I'll share with you what I did. Okay. So the first one, or the two that are moving in the direction that I'm hoping. Okay. So here's what's going on. I don't want to say I'm making money on these, not yet. ITC. Okay. What happened is, and of course, I got into this ITC trade simply because of the price action. You see the move right there. You see all the upward moves, and then there was a dip, but then there was an upward move, another dip, another upward move, and here again is another dip, but I'm hoping for an upward move. But if you look at the blue line, the moving average, and the overall look, you will see that it is an overall upward move. Okay, here's another way that you can look at it like that as well. Okay, you can draw these trend lines, and these trend lines will reveal to you what kind of a move it is. You see that right there? Okay, ITC is clearly on an uptrend. Okay, so there are several ways. One, I see that with the moving average. Second, I see that with the price movements of the higher highs and the higher lows and the higher lows and higher lows. You see that? And then there's a dip, but then there's a pullback, another dip and a pullback, another dip. Now we're in a dip again, or I am with ITC, and I'm waiting for a pullback. I'm hoping for. Now this candle here looks positive. See that? It's like a hammer candle, although there is a tiny wick on top. That is a hammer candle. And so that does look positive. Even though it is a red candle, it does look, the hammers are usually good, but that doesn't guarantee anything for tomorrow. So first, the moving averages. Second, the price movement. And then third, I drew the trend line, and you can see the direction of the trend line. Okay, so that's one way that you can tell that that it is moving up. Okay, so I'm not making profit on this yet. I'm still in the negative, just a few points, 2 or 3% negative, but I'm holding on because I feel that it should come up. Okay, next one is Kodak Bank. Kodak Bank is something I had entered earlier, and I am definitely at a loss. Okay, I'm definitely at a loss right now, and you might think, boy, it looks like see my triangle pattern there, and it looked like the triangle pattern worked, and I am hoping that this will be overall. Let's see. Wait a minute. Okay. Well, I mean, this is just a guess. Like if I got in at that point, right, that would have been about 25%. Okay, that's what I'm looking forward to. But although I say 25%, the problem is I'm already down. I don't know where. I cannot look at it right now because my app. I'm using that phone, so I don't want to use that and disturb my connection here. But if it does go to the all-time high, what will happen is I may, instead of the 25%, I may only make about 10% because I'm already down about 8%. Okay, so I might make about 10 or 12% on this if it does continue moving in that direction, that's what I'm hoping for. So this is what I was trying with the triangle patterns. Okay, so this one worked, but we don't know. Let's hope that the trend continues and that I'm still in the red on this one too. All right. So ITC, I was in the red a little bit, but that one is the most positive looking one. Second one is Kodak Bank, and that is more in the red, but the movement looks good. All right. So I'm hopeful there. Now, the next one is IOC, Indian Oil Corporation. Okay, I am definitely in the red, and you see that it's going sideways. So I have no clue what's gonna happen here. But one of the things that I may do is I'm watching carefully. See, there's a pullback and a there's a there's a move up, pull back again, there's a move up and a pull back again. And so now I'm looking for a swing back up now. Okay, so on this swing back up, I will see if that will take me out of the red and into the green. Okay, so I can get out and escape. Okay, next one was Kitex. Kitex, I was really looking forward to it with a and look where I entered with Kitex. I had very systematically entered, 2 different times, 1 entry here, 2 entry there, and but then what happened is my triangle pattern is what I was trying for, and I had put a stop loss here, but then stop loss didn't work, and then it went straight up. Look at this. It continued up, and then it went back down again, and so I have to wait for Kitex to come back. Okay, Manappuram is another one that I entered, but it turned south, and you see what's happening. See, it's just going down, continuing to going down, but now there's a reversal, and I hope that this reversal will continue and move up. That's what I'm hoping for. All right, and then oil. Okay, and Oil India, look what's happening, sideways move. All right, nothing more to say on that. REC Limited, okay, REC Limited also going sideways and down. That's another one that I'm into that trade and at a loss. Okay, Zamato, here's a very clear indication that you should never listen to other people's advice, or you should never follow this was like an emotional trade that was ridiculous. And I had seen that Zamato had dipped down very quickly in a few days. And I thought, oh, okay, let me see. It might come straight back up. Without proper price action indication, I jumped into the trade, all right? And just kind of a hopeful thing. None of this right here, none of this looks like it would be a reversal. None of this right there, okay? And so this was not the right way to enter this, and it was a bad trade, and I'm at a huge loss right now. I have not sold, but then of course the last few days it's been positive, and I'm hoping and holding on, thinking that it will come back. Okay, so that's what's going on with my trades, and not very impressive. But what I do plan to do is pay more attention during this downtrend. I want to pay more attention to the broader trend like ITC, all right, where the movement is up like this with the moving average and the trend lines. See that moving average and the trend line and the price action itself, all of that showing that it is going in an overall direction that is up, okay? But it may be a slow move, but let's just hold on. All right, so this is what's going on. And if you have questions, please make sure to leave it in the comment box. I would love to, have discussion about this. And I hope next month we can do our, our 3rd week or 4th week Zoom gathering next month as well. Okay, that's all for today. And I hope all of you are doing well. God bless you. And yeah, let me know if you have questions or comments. Thank you.